Hello. A couple people asked me to do a breakdown of my song New Friends, and I'm going to do that. Um, this might be like kind of a bad tutorial on like how to make music like me because I resample a ton. Like a lot of my sound design is just gonna be like one audio file that has like the whole sound, but maybe there would be some stuff that's helpful. Um, I guess we'll just go like section by section. So this is the intro. So in here, it's mostly just like loop, like pads and stuff. That is just a granular thing um, with a delay on it. Just because like when you upload something on SoundCloud, sometimes it like skips the first like couple milliseconds. So you like miss out on the first like thing in the song. So I wanted the first thing in the song to be like something that fades into the main part like this. Um, Leroy laser sound, classic. This like loop that's kind of the main melodic element for a lot of the non-drop sections. And that has like if I take all these off, it's gonna sound pretty like small. But the OTT is bringing it out a lot. Like it's pretty high depth, and the Haas giving it stereo. RC20 is giving it a little like texture impacts. Another iconic sound. And then that just kind of goes, and then this is really cool. I was listening to this melody and I was like, something is missing here. Like, this needs something else. So then I was like, I'm gonna add a little that thing. And I think it fits really well. I think it almost sounds like it's part of the original sample. So yeah, I like that a lot. And then here, you may think this is the Windows sticky keys noise, but in fact, it is a exact remake of it that I made. Because this is for All Nighter. I asked in the forum Discord at like 3 a.m. I was like, "Can I use that?" And then I got like a non-answer. They were like, "We can't answer questions about specific samples." So I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna remake it like exactly." Except it's not exactly because the original sound is detuned by 20 cents and this one is not. Because the song is, well, technically this is detuned 50 cents, but that's just because the song is. And then here we are introduced to granular, panned a little bit percussion. This goes, they start out pretty much in the center, but they go further in each ear as it goes on. I forgot I even did that until like just seeing this, but that's cool. And then they stay pretty panned into the drop. Because I really like stereo. I really like things being very wide sounding. So that's there. And then we have this keeps playing, this like bell. And then these vocals are from a like gospel pack or whatever. They're just fading in right now. But I think I really really like them. They add a lot of character to the song. I use them not that often, but I because most of the time when I'm making music, I'm using like acapellas. But I think they fit really well, and I think I'm gonna use them like a lot more. This is kind of teasing the main melodic phrase of the drop. This keeps going. I introduced this like pad that's on. What is this? Oh, it's LFO. Yeah, this is an LFO tool on this. That's doing this. Sounds like that. Doing that now. Some more impacts. Sub drop. And on a sub. Probably wasn't the best thing to do there, but whatever. Like this like hi-hat loop. Try out Inverted Silence. Really good artist. Some claps that are panned and have delay on them. Little fill. Sorry, core sounds. Yeah, that's kind of all for the build up, and then in the drop this is the drums. Kick. I really like this kick. I really like kicks that have like a lot of high end on them and almost sound like they're layered over like a hi-hat or something. Because this sounds like there's like you can hear like there's a high end sort of element in this kick that I really like, and I sidechain very like you can hear that high end come through, and I really like it. Very basic snare with no processing. This is just like a snare that I think it's there to accent the laser. Yeah, to add a little bit more of a click to the laser. Basic hi-hat that's being panned. All of that like percussion. There's another like I don't know why it's panned so much. But that's there on the laser. This is just like made out of a bunch of different samples and loops and stuff. Like if you have Ableton and you have the feature to like show similar sample, like if I do it to this sound, you'll see like a bunch of like different sounds that it like thinks are similar. It's really helpful with samples that are like granular one shots like this, because you can get a lot of like that percussion sound that fits all really well together. So that's what I did for for this part. So inside of the actual like sidechain group, there's a lot of different like instruments playing things in this song, and I think they sound really cool like all together. Like this lead, this lead is this rack is the same. It's just the processing that was on the lead synth in my edit of Star 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 by by Volta and Milta, and what's doing a lot of the like making it sound cool here is the ring mod. Like it sounds kind of it still sounds good, but like I think that like subtle crunch that the ring mod adds is really cool. And there's this doing the same thing. It sounds similar, but it isn't ring mod this time. It's the down sample distortion in Serum. I use that all the time. And then these like bells keep playing. And then I have this like it's just a sine wave with that same down sample distortion on it. It's very like plucky and and I really like that sound. It's one of my favorite sounds that I made for the song. Impacts, Minecraft Glass Break, of course. This like vocal keeps playing. There's this like random texture. And then this that was kind of playing earlier. Yeah, you hear that more clearly. And then this is kind of the main like super saw sound. And this, like, I wish as much as you that I could break down like all the layers of this, but it's a resample. And like, at least like normally when I make sounds like that, the original is like a super saw and also like a bunch of pads that are layered on top of the super saw, and then probably like a little like bloopy sine wave layer as well. For processing, just making it sound a lot brighter, making it sound a little more like lasery, which is what the there's an all pass phase in here somewhere. It's in here somewhere. There it is. Yeah, that's doing that, and then a lot of like saturation. Yeah, it's cool. I'd say like if you want to make music that has like super saw, like very super saw focused, my advice would be like layer a lot, like layer pads on top of it, layer like granular samples on top of it. Like I feel like a super saw on its own doesn't have a lot of impact, even though like it sounds like it does. I feel like a drop that is just like a loud super saw isn't really going to feel as impactful as something that has a lot more like diversity in the composition of it. This is just that same sample, but I soloing the blows and making up for it with some erosion to bring back like the white noise texture. This is the original sample. It's slowed down and pitched up. So if you want to hear how this song originally sounded in like an hour when I made it, it was this. I think this was just something that I made like the day before or something, which I don't know. I don't think you're like allowed to do an all-nighter. But like I didn't make it intending for it to be for all-nighter. I honestly like didn't remember it was all-nighter day until the day of. But like it sounds nothing like it. Like I think it's fine. But impacts texture. Yeah, that's kind of it for the drop. I'd say if you want to, like, the biggest takeaway from the sound design there is diversify your sounds. Like, don't just be playing one sound the whole time. Do like fills and stuff. Do like fun rhythms. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what makes the song is the different like rhythms that I play with that super saw. I chop it up a lot, and if you have, I mean my like whole like style is just using like all pass phase or like disperser in an interesting way by making these like really short chops, like stuff like that. Like you can hear sounds like that in like everything I make, and it's just like disperser with like a fade on the clip, that lead playing. This fill is really cool. It's like glitches out because of this plugin Codec. I really like this plugin. It's similar to like Goodhertz Lossy, but I honestly like it. It has a lot more features. Like I think it's really cool. Like you can add like I'm adding some white noise here. It's sick. I use that white noise a lot too because it sounds really cool. I'm kind of doing the same thing. Oh, that sound, this sound, I think is really, really cool and one of my favorite little bits of sound design in the song. Because to me, like it sounds like a vocal. Like it sounds like a really like messed up vocal. When in reality, it's just a chopped up, it's just this. Like that synth that's kind of it has the artifacts from being slowed down, which I think adds to it sounding more like a vocal. It adds that sort of graininess that a voice is going to have over a synth. And I think that was completely unintentional, but I think it really like makes this sound really cool. Because like even without the processing, it still sounds interesting. Like it still kind of has that quality that makes it sound less like a synth. Like it sounds more human than like just like a synth. But what's doing a lot of the work here is this vocoder and the little altar boy. If I turn both of these off, yeah, it just kind of sounds like hit without any processing. But I'm really, really proud of this. I love Little Altar Boy. I think it's just yeah, it's just form and shifting it up a little bit. And this vocoder is just doing what a vocoder does. I don't really know how to explain it. Yeah, and then I think we're done with the drop. Onto the midsection. And then this is kind of playing a little melody. So is this. Been very lossy. We keep those granular sounds. And a little triplet hi-hat comes in to kind of tease what's about to happen. And then goes into this section where I try to do like a little, like I try to get in my Jane remover bag a little bit, like although I still like, I'm not really proud of this midsection that much. I think it lacks a lot of like impact that it's supposed to have. But I do think it sounds pretty cool. Like that is just like a snap and then a really short snare into like this, into like the payoff of it. And then it's just like loud 808, fast hi-hats, glass break, like and then snare with like a very short fade, and then just the whole like without a fade. This is the move, the Pokemon move Flash. I just thought it sounded really sick. Like it sounds like lightning striking, but it still sounds distinctly like it's from a video game. I really like how it layers with the 808 too. Like that is just so hard. Like I really like it. And then I just took a little like chop from this loop and just like played it over and over. And then that's kind of doing its thing. It's doing its thing, adds a little texture. I really like how that like fill here layers on top of like the granular percussion. Like that's very satisfying to my ears. And then I add in a little piano. Yeah, these sounds are pretty much going the whole song. They are literally going the whole song, except for some parts of the drops. This is this plugin, Endless Smile. I think I saw Zave use this, maybe? It's just like for build-ups, it adds like stereo width and like a little reverb, I guess. I don't really know if that's the best explanation of what it does, but I use it in like build-ups. I just automate it has literally one knob. And then into the second drop, which is widely pretty much the same, except for the like flow of the main sound. I do switch up the snare. I have this very like bloop snare for like it plays that and then it plays the normal one, and I rotate between the two for the whole drop. I think it adds a change that your ears pick up on and say that's different, rather than just like, because everything else in the drums is the same. Like everything else there is the same. This is playing a different melody. I really like how this lead on top harmonizes with this one. I think it sounds really nice. Like, with that high note having its own like room to breathe too. Big fan of that. And then this just kind of goes. Just kind of goes all over the place. Especially in this like very end here, where I keep it playing through the whole time. Yeah, that's like very intense, that part. Yeah, just writing little noodles at the lead. I'm a big fan of doing that. The same piano comes in the second half. These are the same, except sometimes when it plays that like lead solo, I'll cut off and it'll play that little art, which I am a big fan of. And here it just goes like up and then down. I like that. And then that is a layer 2. This is all the same. This is different. Why is this only in the... I think that's an error. Like, I think this is supposed to be in the whole drop, but it's only in the second half. I don't know why. I don't know why it's like that. This is the same. This is different though. I focus more on those like stabby, transient heavy parts of the resample. Which, I mean, if you listen to my music, that's like, I do that all the time. Like the tech is the Ableton fade and all pass phase. Because if I take this off, I think there's another one somewhere. If I take off this whole rack, yeah, like it has nowhere near the amount of texture and like width and sounding goodness that it does when you put this on. And this rack is just the same processing that's on the chords in my edit of Star 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 by Volta and Milta. It's just taken out of that song, and I use it on a lot of my processing. It has the capability to like split between the highs and the lows, but this, I just wanted to have my own, because I wanted to put this erosion on the sub. And I wanted to have the sub sometimes extend outwards. Like sometimes the sub, when you do like this fading thing, sometimes the sub doesn't really have its time. Like, you can't really hear it that well when it's that short. So I like to make it a little longer sometimes so you hear it better. Like I play these two. Like you can hear that sub stick out a little longer than the melodic element, but I think it like squishes together really well. Yeah, that's doing this. What is this? What is this? This is in my song? Okay, well this isn't not supposed to be there. I don't know why that's there. It's on the same track as these vocal kind of things. I don't know. If you heard this sound, I sincerely apologize because it was not supposed to be there. Yeah, everything is kind of the same in the second drop. Except I do have a little the same kind of processing that was on, where is it? This, yeah, this one. But I think instead of taking it from, like, I think I took it from the original sample versus the, I think with here I resampled the whole thing and then took a chop out of it. Because you can hear the disperser a little better. It sounds a little squishier. And you can also hear that like granular bell right there. Yeah, doing that. I wish I could like explain how I made this sound better, like, but I just don't have the layers anymore because it's a resample. But just make a super saw and then put stuff over it and then put disperser on it and then you sound like me. I just keep the lead playing the whole time there. And then the outro, piano does this. I think this is copied from another, like, I think this was originally a Serum preset that had, like, it was monophonic. So it has this little ghost note here. But you can't really hear because it layers on top of, like, this pretty well, like. And this is just that main loop from that I used before, but it's slowed down, like it's at half speed, but I still kept in this, like, little thing there because I felt like that is like an element of the existing melodic like phrase that you could still kind of like latch on to and be like, I recognize that because this being at half speed is new and then this piano is new here. Just so the outro didn't sound like that disconnected from the whole thing. And that's kind of it. This kind of ends on that one low note. And I'm automating Lossy up. I think it's this one. Yeah, I'm automating Lossy up. And the song ends. So that's kind of it. If you have any like further questions or whatever about this song, like you can ask me and I will answer you. Yeah, if you made it to the end, thank you for watching, and make sure to I did a little challenge this summer to make one song every week, and I did it. And you can listen to them all out now on SoundCloud and on Bandcamp. So you should do that. I probably should have said that at the beginning of the video and not at the end, because I doubt that many people are gonna watch this. But yeah. Goodbye.